Welcome back. I hope you had a lovely holiday weekend. We are just 5 days away from the month of June. Crazy how fast the year flies by. I always say time flies when you're having fun, and time flies when you're not having fun. It's just going to fly. Well, let me first share with you that if you watched last Friday's video where I talked about my beautiful cross necklace, that was really nothing more than a chit-chat video where I had answered a question from a YouTube subscriber about the beautiful cross necklace I am wearing around my neck. So I addressed that question and it just led into a chit-chat. So if you haven't watched that, check it out. It will be linked in the description box below. I mentioned in that video that I would come back this week and walk you through a hanging jewelry organizer that I use for travel. I love this piece because I love when I can see everything in front of me. It saves me time when I'm traveling to be able to just have something opened up and there it is instead of searching for it. I do unpack, but our little things like our jewelry, our fashion tape, safety pins, whatever you may need in a pinch, this organizer is fantastic. I will have the organizer linked, but again, I'm going to direct you to last Friday's video where I cover some things in depth, and it's just a beautiful chit-chat video. Well, with 5 days left of the month of May, it is the perfect time for you to start thinking about what those goals are going to be for June, or what habits you want to embark on in the new month. And that is where the daily habit tracker comes in handy. This is my second year using the daily habit tracker. Now, I don't just use my daily habit tracker for goals or habits, or maybe habits that I want to embark on. Often, I will have a couple habits that I need to let go. So it is a way for me to check myself, to hold myself accountable, because at the end of the day, no one else is going to hold me accountable like I can. No one is capable of doing that. And generally, our loved ones are the ones that are going to say, give yourself some grace, cut yourself some slack. You're doing really great, right? Because often most people aren't achieving the success they desire in their life. So it's more relatable when you too aren't achieving the goals that you have desired. So I am wrapping up my habit tracker for May, and I use two sides. I talked about this in another video recently. So the front and back. One side is my personal daily to-dos, the boxes that I want to check off, and the other side is my business. The business that I run requires daily to-dos from me, and I check those off. The way I look at my habit tracker, or my to-do list that I use my habit tracker for, is if the goal is anything over 5 days per week, this has been a great tool. So I want to come to you today to share this because I have a workshop where I walk you through how to set up your daily habit tracker in two different ways, either to achieve goals for the month and to hold yourself accountable, or as a daily to-do, so that you're not rewriting over and over what the daily to-dos are. Again, if you have a task or a to-do or a habit that the goal is to check that off 5 days per week or more, this tool is amazing. And in the workshop, I explain why this is such a great tool and options of how you can apply it to one of the systems to success in your life. So in the description box below, will be a link to get to the habit tracker that I use, which again, 2 years running on the same exact tracker because I love it so much, and a link to get to the habit tracker workshop, which is yours upon checkout. So you have 5 days. This habit tracker is on Amazon. If you're Prime, you can order it today. It'll be on your front porch tomorrow. In the meantime, take the workshop and you will be ready this weekend and you will be ready over the next few days, or maybe this weekend, maybe it's your Saturday or Sunday to create your habit tracker. Such a great tool. And because I'm on the topic of achieving goals or checking off boxes in your life, I'm going to read a few note cards from my booklet. This will be linked, and my note cards will be linked, of achieving goals and overcoming temptations. Because what I found in my many years of being me, in fact, next week, the first week of June, I have a birthday. I will be 54 years old. So in 54 years, I have found that one of the biggest obstacles to me achieving a goal or maintaining a goal is not setting the goal. It's not necessarily working towards it. It's overcoming temptations that derail me or distract me from the goal, sometimes allowing me to make excuses, cut yourself some slack, give yourself some grace. You've been doing so good. You earned this. You deserve this. Sound familiar? Let me know in the comment section below if that sounds familiar. So, as you know, if you've watched the mini videos where I talk about this, I even have a workshop where I walk you through your daily check-ins with yourself. I'll have that workshop linked below. I'll even give you a discount on that workshop. That way, if you buy the habit tracker workshop and take that and you're stretched a little thin but want to take another workshop, I'll give you a discount on the workshop where I walk you through creating daily documents or daily note cards for yourself. So let's unpack a couple of these achieving goals, overcoming temptations. Often what prevents you from achieving what it is that you desire. He who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. If that isn't true, every day we are either preparing or repairing. Yes. I want you to sit and stew on that one for a moment. Every day we are either preparing or repairing. Are you repairing the damage every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from the weekend? Sound familiar? Let me know that one in the comment section. I've been on that rodeo. I have had to put the work in and the little reminders with my note cards that the weekends are always going to come. The weekends are always going to come. I'll share with you that I'm on a clean eating streak. Exercise is on point. Last Saturday, well, actually not last Saturday, but the Saturday before, I took a pretty reasonable celebratory meal. So completely clean week, never went off plan. I took a reasonable celebratory meal at 2 of my grandchildren's joint birthday party. And next day, right back on the plan. I've done a ton of walking, got all my workouts in, major clean. And it took me until I put on 2 pounds and 2 ounces from that one meal. No, I'm not saying everyone will. I'm highly inflammatory with standard American diet food. I did not have any alcohol. I did have dessert, but again, I was not stuffed. I didn't overeat. It was sensible. I scaled back all day long leading up to that. I think I had tuna fish and cucumbers. Spiked 2 pounds and 2 ounces overnight, and it took me until Thursday to knock that weight off minus 2 ounces. So yeah. Every day we are either preparing or repairing. Now I am in menopause. I don't get away with as much as I did in my younger years. Figure out your season, because are you going to repair after the damage every single weekend? The weekend is going to come. The donuts are going to show up. The potluck at work to celebrate someone's retirement is going to show up. It's always going to be there. Your children, your grandchildren, they'll always have a birthday. You'll have a birthday. Your spouse will have a birthday. There will be an anniversary for something. There's always a reason to celebrate, but are you repairing from all that celebrating, or are you even celebrating when there's nothing to celebrate? Because you deserve it. Give yourself grace. You work so hard. You earned it, right? Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. You do hard things. Choose your hard, because that's what we do. Nothing will ruin your chances of success more than your habits not being aligned with your goals. Success doesn't come from anything you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. So if you're consistently cheating, we know what's going to happen, the compound effect. But if you consistently make wiser choices, choices that serve you, that serve your success, that serve your goal, success will show up. It may not show up exactly how you desire, because we cannot determine outcome. All we can do is the effort portion. Success is in the doing, not in the getting. You don't just get leaner. You just don't get fit. You have to do. It's time to do. What you measure, you manage. Let's just talk about what you measure, you manage. That's exactly what the daily habit tracker does, is it measures your success. It holds you accountable. If you're going in blind, and no pun on, this is just a metaphor. If you're going in blind, well, makes perfect sense where you're headed, right? We get good at what we practice. I will persist until I succeed. Failing to plan is planning to fail. What type of plan do you have going into the new month? I've already made out my June habit tracker. It's ready to rock and roll. And some of the things I put on there are habits to break. They're bad habits. We all have habits. Don't share with me in coaching that you aren't organized or you don't have habits. Oh, you do. It's just where you're organized, is that serving you? The habits that you have, are they serving you? Trust the process. Do the work and trust the process. We aren't all going to have the same outcome. In the end, no one is exempt. You will never be in the driver's seat of your life until you take responsibility. Quit using your excuses. Maybe that's what you need to put on your habit tracker for June. Speak into existence what it is you want to manifest, but then you still have to do the work, right? Be patient with your journey. Growth takes time. Weight loss takes time too. It's not 6 weeks, folks. I have had ladies work with me saying my daughter gets married in 6 weeks. We're not going to make a big dent in 6 weeks. I need 6 months, maybe 6 years for some of you, because you're constantly repairing from cheating. Oh, give yourself grace. What is grace? Ask yourself, what is grace? Allowing yourself to completely throw in the towel and overindulge over and over when there's no reason to celebrate? Getting into the snack cabinet for no apparent reason? Eating air with a little crunch? God sees what you don't see. He sees your work, and you will be rewarded for it. Again, it may not be how you desire, because we can't play God. But He sees what you don't see. Familiarity breeds complacency. What's familiar to you that you just continue to do that prevents you from achieving the goals you desire? Time is the essential ingredient of mastery. Use it to your advantage. Use time to your advantage. Get on it, get on it, get on it, get on that treadmill, get on it, 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 right? If you don't make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illness. Listen to that one again. Just do that little arrow back. Listen to it again. Here's just a beautiful one. Shows up all the time in coaching. It's the behavior versus the values. This is a disconnect to avoid. There's a way I want to live and a way I'm living. And if those are not in harmony, I start to feel bad. Yeah. There's a way I want to live. I want to live a certain way, but I keep showing up with my ingrained hardwired patterns, doing the same song and dance forgetting the weekend is going to come again, that the donuts are going to show up again, right? That there's always going to be a reason to celebrate. Life is a celebration, so we could literally celebrate with food and beverage every single day. The compound effect of that, we know, right? It's showing up all the time in how we feel and how we look, right? So you have to reconcile that disconnect of there's a way I want to live and a way that I am living, and if they're not in harmony, I start to feel bad. Yeah, it affects us. Don't think you're alone in that. We're all affected when we are not living in harmony with what it is that we truly want to do and how we want to live our life. And then we just go back to those hardwired, ingrained patterns that started way back. You're still doing today what you did 20 years ago. Yeah. It takes a lot of work. Trust the process. So I encourage you today to take advantage of the daily habit tracker workshop so that you can set yourself up for success going into June. We're almost to quarter 3. We are almost halfway through 2025. Believe me, if you have a goal in mind, let's say on January you're going on a trip, you have to start now, folks. You have to start now to work towards those goals to be ready, because you won't be, right? You can shed weight, right? But true weight loss is shrinking as a person to a smaller size. That's why if you fast track it, it'll just pile back on. And you know this very well because you've done it, right? It takes time. You need to start today, and you need to hold yourself accountable, whatever that looks like. I help walk you through what to put on your habit tracker. I don't have a lot of diet and exercise. I have my Bible verses on here. I shared in my last video a little walkthrough. I'll give you some clips to this one too, maybe. But if not, take advantage of the workshop. I walk you through how to personalize it for you. Not about me, but about you. And then as I wrap up, don't forget to check out last Friday's video, and hopefully this Friday is when I walk you through the hanging jewelry organizer, and then next week we'll have May empties. Make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter, because this week and next week is, I don't know which days yet, is when I share the purchases that I made for the month of May. And then I also do a recap of the month, just sharing you my appointments, what things I get done, hair, nails, skin spa, anything coming up, a lot of great nuggets in there. Any note cards I wrote, recap of all the videos. Yeah, it's a great one. So make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter. Links to everything in the description box below. Have a great week. Go out with a bang. Yeah, that's what it requires. Go out with a bang, and then consistently keep hitting that bang, right? Just keep hitting those numbers, crunching those X's or checks, whichever you desire. Let me know, are you an X girl or are you a check girl or guy, whatever. All right, have a great one. See you right back here on Friday, and be following me on Instagram stories. Take care.